Okay, people. I'm doing this Google Hangout stuff again. This is live. I don't know if it's going to do the same title. It's a man thing. I'm talking. Okay, please stay quiet. Fukashima BC June 20th, 2015. And the reason I say it like that, it's a man thing. Thang, people, thang. Is because we got a PISSING contest out here with men. Right? That this silver gold man, I went to go visit his little website. See, I'm not subscribed to him. I just, put in the search thing his name, right? Because why would you want to subscribe to somebody that wants to ban you and delete your comments and hide your comments and stuff like that, right? And make it so that you can't comment. And it's like same thing with Dana, and because they are in BC, right? I'm going to make inquiries, see what they're talking about. Let's see. Is this thing still working? Yeah. What I'm trying to do is I don't have all this time on my hands with people helping me to learn how to do this stuff, like Dana with his little crew. There's like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that have, all this computer guru stuff and, can do their 24-hour marathons with connecting dots 2, 3, and 4 on the side with his silver gold man under the pocket, right? Can set up a little invitation so it's there on his YouTube channel, and you go and you can see, oh, he's got a little live thing coming in there, and then you come back 5-10 minutes later, next thing you know, it's gone, and then you click on a link and it turns out that you've been banned and it hasn't even started yet. Like, this is the crap that you want to listen to. These are the people, and here's the thing. They want to talk about this shooting in this church in the United States of America, a black church of all things with black people in it, being murdered by some white young person, right, that obviously lost some sort of like marbles along the way. And, as if they're non-racist people, right? As if they really care about the American black people in the United States of America with, the emancipation of the slave and all this other stuff. I don't think that they really care, to be honest with you, because they're white males. Why should they care? They don't even care about the people in their own province, never mind in a different country. So when they start talking about, oh, well, it's a mind control or it's a setup to distract away from Bush, this is Dana, it was a setup to distract away from Bush being charged with, war crimes with Cheney and Dick, whatever is Rumsfeld or whatever the hell his name is, Dick Cheney and all this other stuff, right? When that was done in 2012. So again, he's pulling up, I read through his little comments, right? Somebody mentioned, well, whatever he was talking about today, right, was an article from 2012, and he used that as a comparison to the murders in the United States of America, right? But again, you don't see these guys helping me, people. They're blocking me, right? That's fine. They can go ahead and block me because I'm going to learn how to do this stuff with or without them. Because, it doesn't, same thing with this connecting dots. What is he connecting? He's connecting what? That some people got murdered in the United States of America, and they're going to use that as a means to bring in gun control, right? To control the militias. Is that what's happening here? Perhaps. But I listened to President Obama's address to the mayors of the country, and it was about a half an hour and a bit long. I doubt either one of those guys listened to the president talk to the mayors of the country. It was some mayor conference, right? Some national conference of all the mayors getting together. And, they have some serious issues down there with people with guns. You have to remember there's a lot of people down there, right? And everybody wants to pack a gun, right? Because they feel it falls under their constitution that they have the right to do that. And I suppose to some degree, if people want to own a gun, as long as they're not, mentally unstable and, they can be responsible, why not? But there's a lot of stressors in the world where, people are taking it to the extreme. And then you get these guys in BC that, have their little PISSING contest over Fukushima, right? totally want to ignore what I do. You know, they want to fundraise for themselves and their own mission, but they don't want to fundraise for the province. You know, they don't want to partner up with me. Instead, they want to play little mind games with their, you know, signing on as a member and like a subscriber to my channel and then unsubscribing to my channel, and or hiding their subscription to my channel, or banning me from their channel, or banning me from making comment on their channel, and then coming in talking about, you know, how they care about people in the United States of America. Well, if they can't care about their own people in British Columbia, Canada, how the heck can they care about the people in the United States of America? You got to ask yourself that one, okay? And regardless of how long they've been around for, I mean, if you've been around since like 2007 or 2006 or whatever it is on YouTube, and you can't even still put your face up on the internet, but yet you want people to believe everything that you say is gospel, right? Even though you can't handle the debate any more than Dana Dunford. That's pretty shallow, in my opinion. You know, it's pretty shallow. So, you know, okay, so what do we got here? To list all, you know, I signed up for live stream too. And I'm going to be at some point monetizing my videos. At some point, I will be monetizing. But before I do that, I have to contact YouTube and take care of a few things, right, in terms of copyright when I'm doing events with, you know, with the kids or whatever, and music and that type of stuff. And, you know, I got to deal with this troll issue, right, with them coming in trying to sabotage the whole situation at hand, right, in terms of YouTube anyway, right, you know, just because, you know, who knows where they come from. They could be in Victoria, and it could be in Powell River, and their little, you know, network of colluded groups of, you know, well, they're right and everybody else is wrong. So they're coming online here. Well, this connecting dots is coming online here. So I'm going to just bring this down for a minute and see if I can find him. Oh, somebody sent me a comment. It's a man thing. Oh, that's me sending myself a comment to remind me that it's I guess I'm going to, this event is starting now. Let others know you've arrived. So how do I let them know that I've arrived? Are you watching? Do I say yes? I don't know. Yes. Invite more. I'm not inviting anybody because that's not what this is about. Personally, I am just trying to figure out how to do this, you know, and get up with this theme. So Silver Gold Man will go into his little thing there. So he's taking it down. But if you go into connecting dots, you know, this guy is like a freaking jackrabbit, right? You got to chase him around from one rabbit hole to another rabbit hole. Like, seriously, if you want to know what he's up to.
Welcome back.
All right. Oh, he took down his videos. So that I noticed what he does is he does these little uploads, let everybody know he's going to be on, blah, blah, blah. And then he switches it from channel to channel, and then he takes it down. And then he put his live stream that he's going to be talking about tonight that starts at 6 o'clock, right? That's supposed to be for everybody except for me and whoever else he doesn't like, right? On private. So he's going to talk about a mass murder in the United States and make it private. How does that make any sense? And the only reason he's talking about it is because Dana Dunford came out a little earlier at 2 o'clock in the afternoon today, January 20th, 2015, and was talking about that as an example of how the media isn't talking about Bush being charged with war crimes, even though that article, one of his viewers pointed out that it was from 2012. So why is Dana pulling out a video from 2012 talking about war crimes in Iran and then making a comparison to mass murder of black people, again, when they don't even want to help with the found country in their own province, right? That just deals with people in general, you know? I don't know. It's pretty shady stuff. It's really shady stuff. So, okay, so where am I? So he's removed everything in there. So let's go to 3 and see what he does. You know, he run around acting like he's paranoid, man. Just connecting dots.
Welcome back, folks and friends. Connecting dots here.
I'm going to show you. Okay, I'm going to show you. I'm going to take this. I don't know what it's going to look like, people. I don't know if you're going to get that tunnel vision. Let me just make sure that this is showing. Okay, yeah, we're getting that tunnel vision. So I guess when Connecting Dots is doing his little video with his screen, his articles, right? And same, well, I don't know about Dana. I don't know how he does it, but when you go and you watch this hangout or whatever with this Dots guy, right? His is all nice and clean. Mine looks like a tunnel vision. Do you see that? So how is that possible? Like, what am I looking at? But hold on a minute. I'll bring that down. I don't think you can see that, but we're going to click on that. It says this video is private. Sorry about that. Okay. And then we're going to go into, hold on.
Into what now?
So it doesn't even show. It doesn't even show. Isn't that interesting? Or am I looking at myself? Does that show people? I can't see. I won't be able to see until I upload the video. And then I came in here, unlogged out, and it specifically said that I had to be approved by the video maker in order to see this. So in essence, what he's done is he's blocked me from in here somewhere. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see my mouse? Can you see my mouse flying around? Okay, something in here. Well, it's over here, really. He did something in here, but he's doing a live stream tonight, so that's different. Live stream is different than a hangout. This is a hangout that I'm doing, right? So I don't know. I think it's really low. I don't think it's very mature on their part. I don't think it holds any substance. I think they're lacking in character. Maybe they have YouTube character. Sure, it is Connecting Dots 1, 2, 3, and 4, and Silver Gold Man on the side. He ain't going to stop with number 3. He's going to go on and he's going to get 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 because it's like an obsession with him, right? He's got a good voice, but that's about all he's got right now. It's just a good voice, in terms of a broadcasting voice, right? Hold on. And every now and then he comes up with some good information, whether he's trying to debunk Dana or not. He does the research. So I have to give him props for that. Like, what can I can draw on the salmon. One time Dana was running around and it was on E-News, and the only reason, if you go onto my website and you'll see E-News is listed there on one of my websites, I don't remember what page it's on. It's just because I haven't had time to go in there and edit the page and remove that website, because it's another Dana Dunford and Connecting Dots, where everything is too censored and too filtered and too monitored, and you got the Soul Patrol coming in, and and everybody wants to be a Rambo on something, and so I can't technically really promote a site like that on my nonprofit web pages. So when I get a chance to go back into my nonprofit web page, I think it's under Lucy the Phoenix Fund or something like that, I'm going to remove that link to E-News. But what was the point of that? I noticed there's a viewer there, so I'm not going to give you a thumbs up, because last time I did that, I got a whole bunch of those. So I'm just checking this stuff out. I'm just joining competition. That's what I'm doing. I'm not dropping the ball here, right? And I still got the wipeout board there for the statistics for the health stuff. But I'll get around to that. I've been cleaning up other things around here right now. So it's a man thing, Fukashima BC style. Yeah, for sure. So I'm just experimenting here. So chat. Anyone want to chat? So I signed up for live stream. Nothing about that any more than I know anything about Google Hangouts. I'm going to monetize videos at some point in the future, but I have to contact YouTube before I do that. And I'm going to remind the people who watch, whether you're connecting dots to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, still go man on the side, or whether you're Dana Dunford with his crew and the Fukashima hounds, you know, I don't know who you are, who's watching this, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, you know, if you can get up there and you can talk about people being murdered in the United States of America, and, you know, and how you feel sympathy for them, and how you think it's the government freaking, you know, red flag or false flag or whatever they call it, so that they can confiscate guns and all this other stuff. At the end of the day, you know, like, tomorrow will be Fukushima, and you're still going to have me on block, and you're still going to have me on, you know, denied to make comments and all this other crap. And I'm just going to remind whoever's watching, it could be you, that it's pretty shallow, you know, like, regardless of whether you've been here since 2006 or 2000 or whatever, it doesn't matter if you got no substance to, you know, even though, oh yes, that's what it was, the salmon. So the salmon from Connecting Dots in terms of information was good, because Dana was coming out with this, well, there's all these little sores on the salmon, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's Fukushima, it's, you know, it's eating the fish, blah, blah, blah. And then this Connecting Dots dude, you know, he came along and he pulled up some, you know, files from back in the day. It was pre-Fukushima, to show that there's another fish that will swarm and swim, and they're like a sucker, right? So they attach themselves onto a school of fish. In this case, it'd be salmon swimming by. These things would come up, attach themselves, and just, you know, draw on the blood of the fish. So when the fisherman comes and catches the fish, you have these little sores on the fish. Well, when I was buying fish, I came across a couple fish like that. And I'm like, could it be Fukushima or not? It's 99 cents a pound, you know. You know, food is expensive, and I like fish once in a while. And so listening to Connecting Dots, you know, bringing up the other half of the story, I guess you can say, reassured me that not everything is being affected by Fukushima. So I'm not trying to cut the guy down completely, saying that he's a complete idiot, because a lot of the information he does put out there is valuable and reassuring, you know, especially if you're a homemaker and you're not too sure, right, in terms of like, is the food that you're buying safe or not. But then on the other hand, when he's going to the extreme where, you know, he's just doing a no-show with, you know, you're banned, you can't make comments, you know, he wants to ignore what you do, you know, and it's back to that PISSING contest. Well, this is what I'm doing. So my time is up on about 10 more minutes. I put 30 minutes down on this. So I don't know. I'm talking to myself here. Well, there's one viewer talking with 1 to 1, if one is even paying attention. Screen share. You see, I'm afraid to click it because I don't know where it's going to take me. I might exit out of the video. Right? Showcase. Don't know what that means. Let's see. Questions and answers. This feature is disabled. Okay. Well, so much for that. Anyway. Well, this isn't very exciting. Adjust bandwidth. Turn off camera. Now, you know, I could get another computer and go look for some news articles, and, you know, and I think that's how they do it. Well, Connecting Dots, I think he has 2 separate computers. He's obviously not taking the mic and putting it onto the screen itself, because you see, as soon as you do that, you get that tunnel vision going in there, right? Things start to change. You know, it's not, you're not seeing the screen, right? You don't see, there it is. Where are we going? It's like the rabbit hole, right? There's the rabbit hole. Okay. So he must be putting it on a different screen when he's talking. Like, how do they do that? Not that I would do that, because I'm not interested in looking up what's the next news article and then trying to step on board to make it look like that I'm caring about the situation, as if these people really care about what's going on in the United States of America. Because if they really cared about what's going on in the United States of America, again, they would help me with this nonprofit. There's a lot of people in the United States of America having some, you know, some serious struggles, nothing compared to what we're going on out here. And that's not to say that the people out here in Canada aren't struggling either, because they are, because we're going into that era where American politics is creeping into the Canadian legislative assemblies, where, you know, we are ostracizing the poorest of the poor and criminalizing them to the point where, you know, there is no hope for them. And our population is what, 36 million people. In the United States, it's almost 400 million. So obviously the poverty level is much higher in the United States and the problem is larger. And it's like President Obama was just saying yesterday to the mayors at that National Convention of Mayors, that something to do with Congress and grants, tiger grants. I don't know. You know, I'm not a politician, especially when it comes to American, you know, federal grants. But Obama was very concerned about Congress cutting back on state and municipal grants. You see, it would come in as a state first, and then it would go off to municipalities in terms of, you know, dealing with the homelessness out there. And he addressed that. So maybe what I should do is take the link for that conference and just add it to this video so that you can hear it for yourself. And because Congress, you know, likes to play Republican politics, doing cuts here and cuts there. It's like Obama said, you don't cut one just to pay for the other one. You know, that's not good politics in terms of looking after your country and looking after the people, whether they're poor or rich. So, you know, does this Connecting Dots guy and Dana Dunford, like, why should they care? Why should they be talking about who got murdered down there right now? I mean, their bag is Fukashima radiation on the West Coast and, you know, along the coastline of the Pacific Ocean. That's their gig, right? Not who's getting murdered and why, right? This is all new stuff. And if it's new, why are they still bending? Like, why you can't talk about Fukushima radiation. You can't, excuse me, talk about homeless people on their little chat line or live feed or whatever they're doing. You can't talk about, I can't even watch this Connecting Dots guy. I'm not even allowed to go and watch because he's already banned me before he even started his live stream because he put his video on private. But yet he's trying to make himself a public figure, or at least his voice is a public figure, right? Talking about a national, well, not national, but, you know, a serious problem in the United States of America, where Obama again said this is a problem throughout the whole country. So why is Connecting Dots trying to make it so private for him, when really his gig is Fukushima radiation on the west coast of the Pacific Ocean? Mm-hmm. Anyway, I got 5 more minutes. 30 minutes of this, right? 30 minutes of this. So, like, do I pull up some little articles and talk about that stuff? No, well, we got some people that, you know, got murdered up in the church there, people, and what we're going to do about it? We live in Canada, you know. How can we help them? Are they doing it because they're trying to help them, or are they just because they're news reporters? News reporters that are not CNN, Fox News, you know, anything that you do to turn on a channel, right? TV, right? They're somehow the information that they're giving you is so much better than if you were to turn on CNN, because they're alternative media, right? So why make it private? If it's just alternative news based on an opinion, why ban? You know, why make it so that you can't have comments come in? Why make it where it's people like me, that's legit, like I say, can't come in and even watch it? Never mind make a comment on it or try and connect with another viewer in that little chat box. Because just because this Connecting Dot guy doesn't maybe necessarily agree with what I stand for, maybe somebody coming in on that little chat line, you know, might see through that tunnel, right? See through that tunnel and you say, hey, you know, maybe she has a point. You know, maybe there's some opportunity in there, but instead they want to squish the opportunity not for just themselves, but they want to squish it for everybody. You know, the people in the United States, they need help. They need help from their own people in their own country. They need help from Congress with the adequate proper funding going into the states, funding blocks and that type of stuff. I'm not advocating gun control or any of that. I'm just saying that, President Obama is well aware that there's a homeless problem out there and that funding grants are being cut back from Congress, and that there's some serious issues and people need to stick together, and this conquer and divide stuff has to stop. And I don't know what it's going to take for Canadians to wake up to that fact, because it doesn't seem like anything like that is happening anytime soon. But that's not going to stop me from getting up there and joining, I guess, the race. And this is what this is. I'm joining the race, right? And if they can sit up there and talk about Joe Blow over there and Joe Blow over there and Sally Sue over there, well, I guess I can make reference to them from time to time, since they're up in my neck of the woods. And I personally don't think that they're really contributing very much to society outside of maybe alternative news, right? And, you take that with a grain of salt. Some things are good, some things are not, like that salmon stuff. Once Connecting Dots was talking about that fish that was, sucker fish that was attaching itself onto the salmon as they were swimming through the pool, in schools, that type of thing. It was reassuring to me that the salmon wasn't as contaminated as Dana was trying to make it sound like through ENN News, right? With the fear mongering and the fear porn or whatever they call it, right? So anyway, I got about another 30 seconds here more, and I'm just about done. I've done my half an hour, and then I got a little video with the hummingbird. Well, not the hummingbird, the dragonfly, and I kind of want to go back, and I think it was trying to talk to me because it had a weird little sound in there. So I'm going to clip that little video clip, and I'm going to bring it down to a low speed. The only thing is I'm so dispersed with everything that, sitting there trying to figure out how to use these programs, and, no direction book. I like to read and write things down and then try and do it. That's why I'm doing it this way, so I can try and figure this crap out, right? And, and then when I was doing that, sitting in Uncle John's chair, that poof of wind went by me just as I was talking about, I think it was Joan, right? So that, is that Telsa energy or is that a ghost, right? So I might do that and upload those little things before I do that. But I will get to this health data stuff. So my time is up. All right. Peace out. How do I end this?